We're on our way to a very local farmer to me where his cows live on marshland, and because of that it's really, really soft. So these cows probably have incredibly overgrown feet because there's practically no wear. You're watching the Hoof GP.
And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
So like I said in the intro, we are on our way to, he's not a neighbour, but somebody who lives very close to me, and he lives down in the marshland. We call them the karses here, which basically means it gets flooded periodically. And because of that, the land stays really, really soft, and the cow's feet practically have no wear whatsoever, so you get an awful lot of very, very overgrown feet. But it's not like you can just intercept them every month and trim them every month, because that would be completely unviable. I'm hoping there's not too much wrong with the feet, other than the overgrowth though. So clearly the cow at the back of this pen is suffering from massively overgrown feet. So much so that they almost look like pieces of wood. These are colossally overgrown, and actually some of the longest feet I've seen this year. This is an Aberdeen Angus, and she is around 15 years old, and I've trimmed her for the past few years. And every time we return, her feet look just like this. This is not a problem that we can cure through trimming alone. In fact, it's not a problem we can cure at all. Her feet will always grow like this. All we can do is make her much more comfortable by distributing her weight much more evenly.
Well, that first one had some of the juke.
I'm going to start by trimming her back right foot, but first I want to clear away some of the muck, manure and little stones from the cavities on the bottom of her feet. Those stones can be flicked up by the grinder, and they seriously hurt when they hit you. This is overgrown, but clearly not to the extent of her back left foot. We can clearly see the stretched lamina, especially on this outer claw. The yellow part within the hoof wall itself, you can see long stretched lines, and they shouldn't look like that. That should be a very tight and small attachment. As it is, you can clearly see the lamina are inflamed and contorted. And that is exactly what is leading to such huge overgrowth. I work my way around both of her claws with the grinder, constantly reanalysing her foot with every swipe of the blade. These feet are not normal. Within the hoof capsule, things have completely changed, so I'm not working to my usual constraints. Once I've finished with the grinder, I take out my knife and do whatever else I can to make sure that this cow is as comfortable as we can possibly make her. The black we can see on the sole of her feet is just pigmentation. It's not good nor bad, it's completely indifferent. The only difference actually being the colour of the hoof horn. Just like her body, cow's feet also have pigmentation. Right, we are just about finished on this back right foot, and it's almost time to tackle that colossally overgrown back left one. I felt I could remove a little more hoof horn from this outer claw and balance up the inner one a little better, so that's exactly what I did with the grinder. Right, onto her back left foot. With feet like this, all rules pretty much go out of the window. You never get taught how to trim a cow's foot like this. We focus on routine trimming and problem solving for small issues. So when it comes to feet like this, you're pretty much making it up as you go. Personally, I remove the bulk of the hoof horn as quickly as I can and aim to get the foot back to roughly the right constraints. The only trouble is, when you're working with a foot as deformed as this, you're not really sure what's happening inside the hoof capsule. So slowly is the order of the day. A little bit from here, a little bit from there, get it a little bit closer and reanalyze. I cannot possibly tell you how many parts of the foot I'm looking at right now, trying to gauge, trying to get a feel for, and trying to understand. On the outer claw, she has a small area of bruising, that small red spot, and I'm worried that there's a sole ulcer underneath it. That would mean if I need to block that claw, it would be almost impossible. Clearly the far away one, the one I'm working on right now, is the one with the major issue, and it's likely I'll have to block it. But that will be almost impossible if this claw has anything wrong with it.
Oh, maybe more.
It's not in fantastic shape, but it does look sound enough for me to be able to apply a block if I need to. I have the benefit of hindsight, of knowing how this trim will end up, and believe you me, this foot is going to look nothing like it does right now. This one surprises even me. The depth of the hoof horn on the cow's sole should be around 5mm, so I know that I'm now incredibly close to her delicate corium. If I go too far, I'll make her bleed. It will cause her a huge amount of pain and will open her up to infection. So I'm very cautious. I keep coming back to it and going away. I'll be honest, I'm very nervous that I make a mistake and go too far. Because this has been a very long-term problem, the hoof has been forced to regrow and regrow. This is exactly where her issues have lain before, so there's a huge amount of healed hoof horn. And I'm beginning to have an inkling. I don't think this hoof is as it seems. Usually, we would have drawn blood by now. And I don't mean that in a good way, obviously, but I'm beginning to think there's nothing inside this hoof capsule.
I don't think so, do you?
I hold my breath, grab the grinder, and decide to risk it. I don't think there is anything inside the tip of this cow's foot, but I am praying that I'm not wrong. I hold the grinder at an angle so I can constantly see the tip of her toe. I can analyse it, I can see if any tiny spots of red start to seep through, and I crouch down on the ground to get an even better look. These grinders are incredibly vicious. One false move and I will take it too far. Looking from the front here, we can now see that actually the tip of the bone inside the hoof capsule has completely gone. This cow must have had toe necrosis the last time we treated her, and it has almost completely healed over. So, in the long term, this has been a result. For her, clearly this is uncomfortable, but it must be far more comfortable than it once was. That entire foot would have been rotten to the core at one point. So for me, it's a real achievement that we've managed to heal over the hoof horn, and that it's not now an open and sore mess.